We're on the air. Yeah, here she comes. Yeah, we're surviving here in Bohol in Burgos. Day by day. We're in day 13 today after Typhoon Odette, and still basically cleaning up, and we'll be cleaning up for months and months, because we barely kind of scratched the surface of cutting up the down trees and everything like that. But we've got gone through the bananas so they can start growing again. I've pruned all the mango trees back, so many both broken branches and limbs and that, and I've pruned that back, and hopefully it'll be starting a new growth soon, and that we can save most of the mango trees. We've also been cutting off all the limbs and that of the coconut trees, and trying to get at the heart of the coconut tree at the top and shave that off so it will start producing limbs again. And we've done some of that work to try to save some of the coconut trees. A bunch of them are lying flat, so not savable at all. So that's kind of the progress that we're making here after just a day short of 2 weeks since we got hit here. We count our blessings, really, because all of our buildings survived, even though almost every side of our buildings was covered with trees and tree limbs and everything, from the property and from the neighbor's property, but no really physical damage to most of the buildings except the old pig house that we had, and that was completely destroyed, and the roof lifted off and moved. So that's going to have to eventually be rebuilt. But the new, smaller pig house that we have almost completely survived. A little bit of the roof came up and that, but all in all, that took the brunt of the storm and is still standing. So, and it's been raining yesterday most all day today, and today looks like one of those rainy days where we're going to get rain all day, so it's kind of a day off from doing any kind of work in the yard. So I just got done taking inventory of our food supply and everything like that to give us an idea of what we need to buy if we can get to the store, and to kind of keep a stock up. But from what we hear from some of the locals, really very little gasoline is moving, and very little of the food commodities are actually moving on the island. So we could have severe shortages probably pretty quickly here. There's already shortages and long lines for gasoline at almost all the stations, and people actually parking their vehicle in line and sleeping, like at the bank in Tubigon and even down in Tagbilaran, so that they can get some money out, and hoping that it opens the next day so that they can at least get a little bit of money out. So the whole island is under duress, but the north part of the island here really got we got the eye of the typhoon. So we got basically the front side and the back side, so the brunt of the storm, and you can kind of tell by the amount of trees and vegetation that's down. I mean, we see things, we see neighbors now that, yeah, we could never ever see before. And we used to, when we bought the property, was pretty bare, and we could see Cebu 20 kilometers away across the water and that. And for the first time in quite a few years, we can see Cebu again, because all the trees are down here. So the northern part of the island here, Ubay, and Taliban, kind of the two ports here, boy, got hit really hard and got the brunt of the storm. And most of the damage to homes and infrastructure, and of course the whole electrical infrastructure here is gone. So we're talking, I mean, it could it could be 2023 before we get electricity back here. So we're adjusting more or less to that life of living without electricity. And that even though we got a couple of hills close to us and the kids congregate on both the hills at night because they can get cell service on their phones, and maybe from Cebu. Like I said, because it's wide open spaces now. So they must be getting cell service to get on Facebook or TikTok or Messenger. And that, so we've noticed that almost every night, the last 3 or 4 nights, that the kids are congregating on the two hills, 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night, which is kind of funny, but, you know, kids, they're going to do what they can do to use their cell phones. So that's basically how it's going here. And as far as uploading videos, we almost have to go all the way to Tubigon or Tagbilaran to be able to upload anything here. To do it here is impossible. There's no internet, there's no nothing. And like I said, because we've got no electricity, the whole infrastructure of electrical lines here is basically been destroyed. And hopefully within the next year they'll rebuild the main line, the main highway lines running up, because we got a highway on the east coast, we got a major highway on the west coast, and then a major road that runs straight through the middle of Bohol, all coming from Tagbilaran, all winding up at Ubay and Calaban. And those are major line routes for electricity, and most all those are going to, especially from Tubigon North, are going to have to be almost completely rebuilt from scratch because they're all down. And once they get the main lines in and get probably like Taliban and Ubay and some of the major cities electrical, then they'll probably start in the country. So we're not looking hardly at all in maybe 2022 coming up here in a couple of days. So our life is basically going to be just day to day and living without that magical juice we call electricity. You learn to get by. And if anybody's been to the Philippines or knows much about the Philippines as a third world country, the people out in the country away from the cities basically live a survival mode anyway. They live pretty much day to day and survive with what they've got and that. So it's not anywhere near as tough as it would be on any Western country, modern country that we refer to, either, you know, Australia, Japan, Korea, the United States, or anywhere in Europe, and that where people have been accustomed to all the luxuries that they have. People out in the country here live pretty much a basic survival type life anyway, so this is kind of extreme for them, but still it's nothing new of having to do the daily stuff they need to do in order to have food, in order to have shelter and everything. They're doing their thing. So we're up and running here and surviving. Just wanted to let everybody know that we're just fine and living the good life. And having to kind of rebuild again. So from Beth and myself, I hope everybody had a Merry Christmas, and definitely have a Happy New Year, and all God's blessings go out to all of you.
Yeah. Thank you so much guys for watching this video. We will be back later. Bye for now.